Hello everyone, and now welcome to a game between Happy versus Foggy. This game taking place here on Echo Isle. Happy has spawned as the red undead on the top right hand side of the map. Meanwhile, Foggy has spawned as the yellow night elf over here on the top left hand side of the map. And wow, apparently my replay picker saying, you know what, we haven't seen some games on Echo Isles in a while. Let's go ahead and cast more games today on Echo Isle than you have cast in the entire month of December. Coming back around, Echo Isle Extravaganza. Yep, definitely. Death Knight already out onto the battlefield, and we pretty much can close our eyes and imagine what's going to happen in this game of Warcraft 3. I don't believe two Western players have more history than Happy versus Foggy. They've met up and they've met each other so many times in Western tournaments, and we can pretty much already understand Death Knight into Ghouls, into Lich. There's going to be a quick tech to tier 3. We're going to see Obsidian statues. We're going to see Crypt Fiends, and well, that's part of the power of Happy. Happy, you know exactly what's going to be coming at your way. You know he's going to have some amazing micro, and there's just pretty much nothing you can do to stop him. Beautiful. I believe there was a deny right there. I actually didn't see the little exclamation mark, so perhaps it wasn't a deny, as we are looking at this map from a little bit of a pulled back view. So this is a W3 Champions map here. Keeper of the Grove looking to try and get to level 2 here. Should be able to do exactly that. A couple of treants are nearby. High Workshop Cup 2021 intended to get rid of Echo Isles. Why was an Acolyte there? There for scouting. It's often, very, very common to try and use an Acolyte for scouting. And information is key in Warcraft 3. The more you know, the better off you are if you're able to make informed decisions. We've seen plenty of players assume that a player is doing A only to be surprised and executing a strategy that just wouldn't really work. Death Knight nearly already at level 3, and this is a dangerous position as Happy is already nearing a level 3, gets up to level 3, and there was creeping away from all of this action here. So even as an observer, I cannot keep track of all of Happy's micro. Going after perhaps a couple of these units here, we can see a quick detonation. Archer could end up getting taken down, and no, archers are able to back away. And this is pretty much a lone Death Knight with a Rod of Necromancy, causing problems for the Foggy. So Foggy has this larger army here, but even so, Happy with this Death Knight able to run around the map, cause problems, and still micro ghouls away from all of the action in order to get up to level 3. The ghouls are obviously now back on Blight, and they're going to be able to regenerate hit points and be ready for the next push when the time comes. Echo Isle and Dust 2 rivalry for the longest competitive played map. Yeah, they keep... Well, if we ever get like a true higher definition version of Echo Isle, then I would say that is the case. And no, I do not mean reforged as that higher definition version. All right, Death Knight now making its way back here. Keeper of the Grove going to be coming back across. As well, we are looking at a Wisp, looking to scout out and figure out what exactly Happy is doing. Happy is playing one base play. He's perhaps going to be sticking around that 50 supply mark for quite a bit. Make a snow version like Lost Temple. Isn't that Northern Isle? Echo Isle and then Northern Isle. It's different enough, right? The layout doesn't need to be exactly the same, but making a snow version of a map doesn't always work out well. The main reason is, well, it's generally unfair for snow versions of maps are generally not fair for units that have a lot of melee or races that have a lot of melee units early on, because instead of having a forest troll high priest out on the map, you end up having a forest troll ice priest, and that ice priest gives frost armor, and then suddenly you're trying to clear out creep camps when all of the units on the creep camps have frost armor, really slowing things down. I think this was a common complaint by WarCraft players when Frozen Throne first came out and Lost Temple got switched to that ice version of Lost Temple, and then human players are like, okay, let me try and militia clear out the creep camp, and you would like lose all of your militia because they would all be slowed. They're dealing less damage. Then they would turn into their normal peasant form and just die. Coming back around here, we're looking at, well, Lich is already out onto the battlefield. Death Knight sitting at level 3 as well. We should be teching the tier 3, and we are getting up those obsidian statues. Happy is playing his game. Foggy is going to be transitioning into an expansion as well. Keeper of the Grove is going to try to get to level 3, and then most likely back off, trying to give the Demon Hunter the option to get to level 3 as well. Keeper of the Grove still shy. There's a double level up right there as the Demon Hunter wants to clear out the remainder of this creep camp. There is a Forest Troll Trapper off over here. Demon Hunter could, finish it off, get some additional experience, and he really wants to be able to get those level 2 mana burns off. I'll be giving you some Hive Cup reps so you can see the new maps. All right, thank you. I need to remember to download that map pool that you asked me to download not too long ago. Lich, sitting at level 2, does have Gloves of Haste and already 2 Circlets of Mobility and those Claws of Attack. So adding that Orb of Corruption, and suddenly that Lich is going to be just a walking glass cannon, even just with those auto attacks. Coming back around, no big surprises. Demon Hunter really wanting to get to that level 3 mark as level 2 mana burn. And if that Demon Hunter can get to level 3 mana burn, really starts to shut down Undead. That is going to be Happy's main game plan. He knows that he cannot really stop the Demon Hunter from being able to get to level 2 mana burn. But if he can stop level 3, and delay that for as long as possible, that will work out well. Foggy doing a good job clearing, eating through these trees here to close or make this map just feel that much smaller. Gargantuan Sea Turtle will fall, I believe, giving level 3 to that Demon Hunter. Yep, just pretty much right there. Or, well, actually, no, there's something else fell. The Gargantuan Sea Turtle is still alive, and Demon Hunter is going to get that much closer to level 4. Perhaps level 2 evasion could work out well as well. All right, Talisman of Evasion. This is not the item that you were looking for. Most likely will be sold. We're looking at a level 4 Death Knight, soon to be level 3 Lich, going up against a level 3 Keeper of the Grove and level 3 Demon Hunter. Coming back around, Treant still keeping track of things here, and you're going to see that Lich still continue to gain a little bit more experience as the Keeper of the Grove wanted to venture forth. And what is this? Happy is attempting to set up an expansion here on Echo Isle. This was not in my original understanding of this game plan here. Archer is now getting taken down as they are no longer needed. They are the weakest link. Goodbye. As the Demon Hunter quickly takes a, Frost Nova Death Coil and quickly drops down to, 450 hit points after that round of damage. Demon Hunter perhaps should be, selling that Talisman of Evasion or trying to do something else with it. It would be interesting if there was another item that gave the Drunken Brawler this ability, just be like, hey, you get a little bit of critical strike, you get a little bit of, you know what, I actually like, critical strike is a little bit of a scary ability, but it would make it a bit more interesting because you get the Talisman of Evasion now on the Demon Hunter. That's completely useless. But if you had an item that gave a little bit of critical strike, a little bit of evasion, but it didn't stack with Drunken Brawler, critical strike, or evasion, it makes it wonder, do you want? What would it look like if the Demon Hunter had the opportunity to get, a small chance to do double damage? Back to WarCraft, have enough of a call out, so the chances are better. Tide Hunters won the 2020 edition. Yep. Well, we'll see what is going to be going down here. 2020 seems like so long ago, even though it was 2 years, I guess now. Yeah, 2 years technically. but what, 376 days ago was 2020. Demon Hunter going to try and turn back around, perhaps take down some of these ghouls with Frenzy, actually causing a bit of problems. Dryad unable to get away here. Death Knight with that Unholy Aura, level 2 Unholy Aura, and that Ghoul Frenzy causing a bit of problems as the units are all just trying to regroup as well. Keeper of the Grove going to try and make its way down, perhaps try and stop some of these Acolytes as they are mining. Level 2 Entangle here. There is a Nerubian Tower. There goes an Entangle, and going straight after these units already. Demon Hunter making its way back down as well. Keeper of the Grove does have a Scroll of Town Portal, so we could be looking at that, as the Keeper of the Grove should be looking at more and more Entangles to try and finish off some of this here. We do have the Necropolis here as well, so training up additional Acolytes not going to be that big of a problem, as the Demon Hunter is having a bit of problems here. Scroll of Town Portal on the Demon Hunter. Where is that Keeper of the Grove? Keeper of the Grove will be able to teleport back as well, and this harassment really not getting any real large amount of damage done. 65 supply compared to 57. Oftentimes you see these long, boring games on Echo Isle where both sides try to stay in no upkeep and trying to use every ounce of gold that they can without losing some gold to upkeep at all. This is not going to be the game we're looking at here. Both sides are already in middle low upkeep and going to try to get to the upper echelons of low upkeep. I would be flabbergasted if we did go into high upkeep, though, as the Demon Hunter takes a quick death coil to the face. All right. Rejuvenation already on that Druid of the Claw. Druids of the Claw waiting for that mastery training. Just needs a little bit more time. And, that split time difference does end up costing one Ancient of War. Tree of Life now out here. Bears are going to go ahead and try and engage. There's quite a bit of damage. Destroyers trying to go after all of these units once again, as the Dryads are now trying to retreat back here. Bears trying to go after the Crypt Fiends. We're looking at the Hippogriffs getting taken down. Bears now trying to stay alive again here, as we're looking at a Staff of Preservation trying to save once again. Dryads continuing to poke apart some of these units. Dryads really need to be going after the Destroyers, and the Bears need to be going after those Crypt Fiends, as the Keeper of the Grove still making their way back through. Another low hit point. Bear gets taken down. No Staff of Preservation there this time around, as well. There should have been a second one on cooldown, but a little bit of micro slip by Foggy. Continuing this battle here, more damage coming back on through. Crypt Fiends are getting taken out. There goes two Crypt Fiends already in quick succession, and that could be a big difference there, as we see a quick rejuvenation onto a Druid of the Claw who should not be in the battle at all. Quickly transforms back into a bear to try and dodge a bit of damage. Meanwhile, Death Knight uses a Potion of Lesser Invulnerability, still trying to stay alive. Demon Hunter mana burning. Now the Obsidian Statues. Obsidian Statues could get taken down. They're taking quite a bit of damage. Obsidian Statue is going to try and finish off any of those units. No, unable to finish off any of those units. Scroll of Town Portal back. Obsidian Statue. Did it get destroyed? I don't see the low hit point Obsidian Statue, so it may have actually been destroyed right there. Going back the other way, and now we are looking at 54 supply compared to 68. Happy is now in low upkeep hell. He is paying taxes and has a significantly smaller army. Where are we going to be trying to travel to next? Druids of the Claw back in bear form, as the Death Knight and the Lich both at level 4, level 3, going up against a level 3 Demon Hunter, low on mana, really wants to try and mana burn down some of these Obsidian Statues as well. Or perhaps the Obsidian Statue that I thought about actually just got teleported and then transformed into a Destroyer and got death coiled since it was so low on mana. Bear is getting ready to engage. Here we are, going after all of these units. Acolytes getting massive repairs. One Bear going to try and engage here, but, well, in come the Destroyer. Staff of Preservation should be inbound on that Druid of the Claw. Druid of the Claw wants to get saved. Demon Hunter gets into that frontline spot, trying to offer a little bit of protection, but this Druid of the Claw is going to have a bit of bad news as well. Keeper of the Grove could try and Staff of Preservation as well. It does save these units, but your army does become that much smaller, as Foggy is now sitting at 79 supply. 2 upgrades against 0 upgrades. So Foggy definitely has the army advantage in terms of upgrades, but you cannot count out Happy just quite yet. The Obsidian Statues providing mana for that Lich and that Death Knight combination. That Lich with plus 17 damage and also 775 hit points. And no longer a glass cannon, especially with support from that Death Knight. Foggy is back up to 80 supply now. Is he going to try and venture forth, put pressure with this army here? Druid of the Claw now back in Druid form here. Destroyer was looking to line up an attack, unable to do that. Hippogriffs are ready to start perhaps pecking at these destroyers here in just a second, ready to poke them down. All right, Hippogriffs getting ready to engage. There's some treants. That's going to easily just get devoured magic once more. Destroyers unable to really devour any of that magic here, as the Dryads are looking to perhaps flank and get some damage onto some unsuspecting units. That Nerubian tower just outside of range here. Treants are off over here. And where are these units perhaps going to try and engage? Cryptme's going to try and engage once more. And here you are, a little bit of Orb of Venom range attack. Nope, that was just the Keeper of the Grove range attack, able to land in some damage here. And you can see the Destroyers taking a little bit of damage over time, even while over Blight and under the effect of Unholy Aura. Our units still doing a little bit of a dance back and forth. Hippogriff trying to launch things in. Banshees are going to be causing some problems with possession, as well as Obsidian Statues are going to be forcefully transformed into Destroyers once they are out of mana. More engagement once they are webbed, now being brought in. Death Coil straight up onto a Hippogriff, as more damage is going to try to add back up. The Hippogriffs are just laying in the ground, waiting for those webs to come down so that they can re-engage once more. Meanwhile, as Death Knight has an anti-magic shield, Staff of Preservation for the save, Scroll of Town Portal to try and reposition. We could see an Obsidian Statue easily taken down. No, Obsidian Statue able to teleport all the way to the back here, and this is a straight up fight inside Happy's base. Obsidian Statue is so dangerous, low on hit points. It's going to back away, as we're going to see this Dryad down to 2 hit points. Yes, able to back up again. All right, this is a straight up fight inside an undead base, and somehow things are going sideways for Happy, even though he has the home field advantage. Hippogriffs, a couple of them are going to get webbed down, though, so that is going to be 3 Hippogriffs down, and what was looking to be a clear winning fight for Foggy could quickly turn into feeding experience to the undead Death Knight, and that Lich Death Knight now just shy of level 5. Little bit of experience is all you need. Just a dab will do that Death Knight a world of good and get him to level 5 for that level 3 Death Coil. Coming back around, low hit point Dryads getting rejuvenated back up. I don't actually see Abominations, which is a big surprise. Abominations going up against Dryads generally works out well, as you're able to spread that disease cloud across all of the Dryads, and you're essentially dealing damage to your opponent away from combat. Undead Black Citadel did quite a work there. Foggy sitting on 80 supply and up to 450 gold in the bank. He'll be able to replenish it faster. But what is Happy going to do? Happy is going to get up to level 5 on his Death Knight. Level 5 Death Knight should spell some problems there. Lich also going to be gaining quite a bit of experience. What is the item drop going to be? Tome of Intelligence and Claws of Attack +9. That Lich now with +24 damage. Dual Claws of Attack +5, Claws of Attack +9, Orb of Corruption, and Gloves of Haste. That is some scary, scary auto attack damage being, well, thrown at you with a very fast attack rate. Coming back around, Bears making a move here. Demon Hunter. Well, this is a situation where we often see Foggy unsure of how to approach Happy in this upcoming fight. Foggy most likely knew that this was going to be the end game strategy for Happy, and he still does not have an answer for it. Foggy now going into high upkeep here, still mining gold. This could potentially become a problem, as Happy is going to be able to make up some grounds economically speaking. Can Foggy build up a large enough army with these chimeras here and have them, well, have a profound impact? Already trying to train up more and more units. There is a third chimera trying to get added in. Anti-magic shell, however, already trained up and ready to absorb damage from the chimeras here. All right, Tree of Life looks like it's going to be absorbing quite a bit of damage. Death Coil finishes off one unit here. We are going to be looking at a straight up damage here as well. Dryads could end up getting taken down. We're looking at a little bit of damage. Staff of Preservation for the save. A couple of ghouls could get finished off here as the Acolytes are trying to make their way back out. Chimeras are out here onto the battlefield. The Chimeras, however, do not have that siege damage. And what is this? The expansion was lost. Without the siege damage, the Chimeras are really not dealing that much damage to those buildings. Without Corrosive Breath, they are not able to burst down those buildings as they should be. That could be the ultimate downfall here. The Chimeras need to be able to threaten the buildings. If they're not threatening the buildings, then, well, choice of location, a tree of life that was mining with 5,000 gold left compared to just attacking the main base here. Happy is going to be able to continue to build up that economic advantage, and he still has more gold left in the bank in the back. Now, we do see Corrosive Breath being added here, 90 over 90 supply. Are we going to see that follow-up attack now? Corrosive Breath, 48 to 88 damage with a much further range, that being one of the main differences. The Chimeras are able to attack from a distance, forcing the Crypt Fiends to get just that much closer. Focusing down big buildings here, anti-magic shell across all of these units, and this is going to just turn up into a straight up base race here as the Corrosive Breath dealing quite a bit of damage with that range. Bears, Dryads coming back across. There's a Roar as well, plus 17 damage, and in comes a Scroll of Town Portal. Where are the units going to try and perhaps land onto? And here we are, straight up a web right there. Damage across all of the board, 89 supply compared to 73. Staff of Preservation being used twice already as the Death Knight quickly getting focused down. Keeper of the Grove already taken down as well. Death Coil, Frost Nova doing in a number there as the Death Knight now tries to fight their way back. Chimera is trying to finish off some of these other units, but the Crypt Fiends with their web able to trap down these Chimeras, and they have nowhere to go at all. Happy at 55 supply compared to 65. You can see so much damage coming across the board, and as the burrowed Crypt Fiends are still able to regenerate some hit points while inside. Lich is up to level 5 as well. Damage is adding up quite nicely as the burrowed Crypt Fiends are just not getting taken down. Anti-magic shell onto those obsidian statues, and that damage does still rack up quite a bit as the Death Knight could be in trouble. Death Knight, Potion of Lesser Invulnerability. Obsidian statue didn't realize it needed to get away. Are we going to see some damage? No, Obsidian statue ends up surviving and able to head back, but only to be found by 2 bears on the opposite end. Those must have been bears that were Staff of Preservation earlier on. Mana Flare now on the Fairy Dragon. This is actually looking to be a great spot. 61 supply compared to 34. Happy now trying to retreat back here. Happy is still mining quite a bit of gold, and Happy is going to go ahead and use a Scroll of Town Portal to head back out as the Chimeras and all of these units should really be still attacking here pretty regularly. There's been a repositioning. Death Knight and Lich still staying pretty much nearby here as the Fairy Dragon could have some problems just getting auto-attacked constantly. Yes, there is a little bit of damage here as it tries to retreat back. There is a quick Mana Flare form once again trying to absorb back all of that damage. Chimeras in the back here really racking up damage, trying to deal damage to all of these buildings, and it's important to take down these buildings as the Acolytes could unsummon them to try and get a little bit of gold back. There's a Staff of Preservation for the save. Keeper of the Grove is still out of commission. Demon Hunter sitting at level 5 actually perhaps got a little bit of an advantage. Thank you for the subscription, as he, without the Keeper of the Grove, now gets up to level 6 and now has Metamorphosis. With Metamorphosis online, he can use that range attack and really rack up quite a bit of damage as well. Mana Burn on there. Demon Hunter now trying to retreat back once again, taking quite a bit of damage as the Chimeras and all of these units are still racking up quite a bit of damage. Demon Hunter trying to stay alive. Are we going to see we are going to see the Demon Hunter go into Metamorphosis and now try and finish off some of these units. Crypt Fiends trying to escape away that chaos damage. So much damage. There goes a deny right there with another Dark Ritual. All right, Demon Hunter could make its way back down. Keeper of the Grove could be resurrected momentarily as the units are still making their way. And how do you counter a Demon Hunter Metamorphosis? Run away. You just run away, continuing to make its way back down. There goes another Acolyte again. All right, Happy still has mining. Meanwhile, we can see that Foggy does have mining as well. He's transferred over his Keeper or that Tree of Eternity there as the Demon Hunter continuing to fight up and rack up damage. There's a Mana Burn, but a Death Coil already down in time. Units are going to be retreating back once again. Demon Hunter does not have any way to really attack those destroyers, as we're now going to see a little bit of damage. Demon Hunter does not have Orb of Venom, and so without any of that anymore, Banshees perhaps could get taken down. More Dryads trying to finish things off. Another Banshee shot to finish it off there. Should be able to do exactly that. Where's that Banshee going? Able to head back around the corner here. What is going on? Just trying to head back every which way. There goes a Dryad. There goes a Banshee. Destroyer still up overhead here as we're looking at the Chimeras and the Bears trying to finish off these remaining buildings. Demon Hunter now looking to retreat back as well. Keeper of the Grove is still out of commission, just now starting that resurrection. As you remember, there was no gold being mined. All right, more damage coming back across the other way. Demon Hunter needs to find a way to save off some of these units. There's a rejuvenation. There's a quick devour magic. More rejuvenation, more bears transforming as the Demon Hunter, potion of invulnerability in time, trying to finish off some of these units. Where's that Demon Hunter going? Demon Hunter trying to escape away, down to 83 hit points. Death Coil finds him in the back, takes him down, gives level 6 to the Death Knight. Death Knight level 6, Lich sitting at level 5. No heroes out here. It looks as though Happy may be able to still salvage a victory here. 37 supply compared to 24, but there are two very high level heroes who are just finishing off unit after unit after unit, as we may see another Druid of the Claw getting taken down. 1 or 2 more shots needed, it gets taken down as well. That Lich's damage is just simply through the roof. Even level 1 Dark Ritual causing a bit of problems, as that Lich has had plenty of mana sacrificing up units. Keeper of the Grove needs to make its way back out. Happy now with a large bank, and, well, nothing to really show for it. Demon Hunter gets resurrected back at the tavern and now is back out here onto the battlefield to go. And does he have enough gas in the tank to try and finish things off? Keeper of the Grove is about to make its way back out, and he needs to make sure, or the Demon Hunter needs to make sure, that the Lich and the Death Knight do not have mana. Otherwise, that Keeper of the Grove will just be blasted here in just a moment. All right, in comes a little bit more damage. All right, going to transform back here. Dryad's trying to finish off the Destroyer, as the Destroyer now reaches back overhead. Keeper of the Grove now back out here onto the battlefield. We could be looking at perhaps an entangle with the Demon Hunter now working along side by side again. This Destroyer now making its way back down. 21 supply compared to 42. This game is still anyone's game to be had, as the Demon Hunter tries to make its way back down here. Chimera, well, should have stuck around here trying to unsummon a couple more buildings. There is more gold. A new obsidian statue is now being trained. This Chimera now making its way down here as the Demon Hunter, well, leading the charge as well. Where is that damage going? Perhaps going after a couple of the crypts should be exactly what is needed here. Summoning up some treants, that is just going to give, well, a little bit more of an advantage here, as we're looking at the Chimeras really trying to take down the Tomb of Relics. There's a Death Coil Frost Nova, and we see a quick Staff of Preservation to try and save. That is not next to any Moonwells, as the Tree of Eternity was moved. All right, in comes the Metamorphosis Demon Hunter trying to finish off all of these buildings here, and we are going to see the Tomb of Relics getting taken down pretty quickly. Chimera could finish off more and more things, as the Nerubian Tower could get taken down as well. Bear is now back out here as well. We're looking at, well, Dark Rituals, as the Lich wants to get quite a bit of mana. There goes another mana burn onto the Death Knight, trying to finish off some more of these units, as the Death Knight now taking quite a bit of damage here. Massive repairs underway. Frost Nova onto the Demon Hunter. Demon Hunter now trying to retreat back. Demon Hunter does have a Potion of Lesser Invulnerability. Will he be able to use it? Trying to walk away now, down to 183 hit points. Going after. There's another mana burn once more. We could be looking at a Staff of Preservation to try and get things going. Keeper of the Grove, and there's the GG. Foggy, with the lower score, ends up getting the victory over Happy in a very, very long marathon of a match. Happy was able to, well, turn things around and towards the end, but still had things slip away from him, as Foggy had the superior army and had built, or, well, chimeras all across the map, able to put pressure. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed it.